Hey guys, welcome back. Today, breakouts and retests. One trader turns in 10K into 12.5K, one chases with no stop and blows up. Here is the whole idea on one real chart. This is Texas Instruments, and the flat line up top is a clear ceiling, a price it tested twice and could not pass. Then one candle finally closes above it, the breakout candle everybody wants to chase. But the smart money waits. Price comes back down to retest that old ceiling right at 288. Old resistance becomes new support. It holds. And then it runs 3R to 301. That is a breakout retest. You buy the retest hold, not the candle. But it does not always hold. And when price breaks out and then falls back inside the range, it is a trap that wipes accounts. Let's learn the simple routine to trade it honestly. Here is the secret that turns a scary breakout into the best entry there is. A real breakout often comes back. Learn one 4-step routine and you can trade the breakout on any stock without chasing the high. Let us build it on a clean diagram first. Step 1. Mark the ceiling. Find a clear horizontal price that the stock has hit and been rejected from 2 or more times. That flat lid is the wall, the level a breakout has to clear. If there is no tested lid, there is nothing to break and there is no trade. Step 2. Wait for a close above. Price will poke through that wall many times on a wick and then fall right back. A wick is a fake. What you need is one candle that fully closes above the ceiling. That close is the proof the wall has actually broken. Step 3. Buy the retest. This is where most people lose. They chase the breakout candle and buy the very high, right before price snaps back. Instead, you let price come back down to that old ceiling and watch it hold right at the level. Old resistance flips into new support, the candle holds the line, and that retest hold is your green light. Step 4. The stop and the target. Your stop goes just under the level below the retest low. Not every retest holds, and if price closes back inside the range, the breakout failed and you are out for one small loss. Your target is the measured move, the height of the base, projected up from the breakout. Small risk, a range-sized reward, known before you buy. Mark the ceiling, wait for the close above, buy the retest, stop under and target the move. Now let us run that exact routine on 4 real charts. 2 clean winners, 1 honest shakeout, and 1 trap, and watch 3 very different traders take every one. Before we trade a single chart, meet the 3 traders you'll follow. Each one starts with the very same $10,000, and each one trades the breakout on the same stocks. First, this is Maya. Maya is patient and disciplined. She waits for the retest to hold, buys right at the level with a tight stop, takes the small loss when one fails, and sits out the trap. Next, this is Cole. Cole is impatient. The second a candle closes above the ceiling, he chases it, buying the breakout candle at the very high, and he never uses a stop, so he wins big until the one trade that never comes back. And finally, this is Reece. Reece is always late. He waits, he hesitates, and he only buys once the run is obvious and the easy reward is already gone. But at least he keeps a stop. Same $10,000, same charts. The only thing that differs is their timing and their discipline. So let's watch what that does to their accounts. Breakout 1. The cleanest way to trade a wall that finally cracks. This is the real Texas Instruments chart, and we will watch it move one step at a time, following 3 very different traders through the exact same breakout. First, the wall. For weeks, Texas keeps bumping the same price near the tested ceiling, 288, and keeps getting rejected. That flat lid is the only level that matters. Clear it, and the path opens up. Then it happens. One candle closes hard above the lid, near 289. The breakout candle prints loud and obvious, but do not chase it. And Cole can't wait. He chases it instantly, buying the very high near 293. No stop at all. The single most dangerous buy there is. But a real breakout comes right back. Texas pulls back the very next day, down to the old lid, tagging 288, a textbook retest of the ceiling. Maya does nothing until that level proves itself. Price comes back down and holds right at the lid. Old resistance is now support. The candle holds the line, and that hold is her entry near $288. Her stop goes just under the level at 283.50. If price closes back inside, the breakout failed and she is out small. And her target is the measured move. The height of the base projected up, landing at 360 cents over 300, set before she risks a cent. Reece only buys it once the run is undeniable. He chases near 310, paying up for a move everyone can finally see, and Texas rips. Target tagged at 301, Maya banks a clean 3R winner. The trend never broke, so she lets the rest run, all the way to 331. Cole's reckless chase got bailed out by that same run, this time pure luck, not a plan. Maya bought the retest with a routine, Reece scraped a few dollars chasing. Same chart, 3 habits. After the Texas Instruments breakout, all 3 are green, but for very different reasons. Cole chased the candle and got bailed out. Maya bought the retest by the routine for a clean 3R. Hold that thought. Breakout 2, the one that teaches you what a retest really is. This is Datadog and its retest is going to look scary on purpose. The lid here is 199. Datadog gets rejected at the lid again and again. Then a candle closes above 200 and the break is in. Cole chases the close as usual, buying up near 200, no stop. Now the retest. But this one is deeper, price dips and a wick pokes under the level, all the way down to 193, below the lid. A chaser like Cole is now underwater and sweating. Here is the lesson: a retest is allowed to wick under the level. What matters is not the low, it is the close. Maya watches the close, and that very candle closes back above the lid at 202, the reclaim. That close back above is her entry. Because the wick went deeper, her stop goes under the retest low at 190.50, a touch more risk, and the measured target lands at 235.50. Reece, late again, chases up near 220 once the move is obvious by now, and the target is reached. Maya's second clean winner, the account compounding trade by patient trade, and it ran on to 279. A retest can dip under the level and still be perfect. The close is what counts. Maya watched the close and won again. Cole only survived because the breakout was strong. After Datadog, Maya has banked a second clean 3R on the reclaim, and her account is steadily compounding. Cole keeps surviving on luck, overpaying at the high and sweating every retest. Breakout 3, the honest one, the trade nobody puts in a highlight reel. This is AMD, a top name leader, and it is going to do everything right and still lose. That is trading. For weeks, AMD bumps the same lid near 431, a leader, steady but capped. Then a big candle closes well above it near 455, a clean breakout candle, and Cole chases the high again, buying near 456, still no stop. Then the retest comes, and it looks perfect. AMD drifts back to the old lid and a candle closes back up off it. By the book, that is a buy, so Maya buys the retest by the rules near 448, stop just under the level at 419. But this is the part the gurus hide. Not every retest holds. A few days later AMD rolls over, closes back under the level, and tags 410. She is stopped out at 419 for a small 1R loss. She did everything right and still lost. That is completely normal. Here is the discipline. She takes the small loss, no revenge, no averaging down, capital protected. And then AMD does the cruelest thing of all. It turns and runs on to $546 without her. And that is fine. You do not need every trade. You need your losses small. Cole had no stop, so his reckless ride happened to recover and run with it this time. And right now he looks like a genius. Remember that feeling. Because the only reason a no-stop trader looks like a genius is that the trap has not come yet. After AMD, the story flips. Maya did everything right and still lost a small 1R. That is normal. But Cole's no-stop ride recovered and ran, and right now Cole is in the lead and looks like a genius. Watch what happens next. Now the fourth chart, and the whole reason the retest rule exists. This is Walmart, and it is the trap that catches almost every breakout chaser, including the Cole who looked like a genius one chart ago. For weeks Walmart bumps the lid near 133 and could not clear it. A clean, tested ceiling, exactly the wall we look for. Then it finally closes above it at 134. This looks like the breakout, and to a chaser, it is a green light. Cole never waits for a retest. He chases it out of habit, buys the high near 135, no stop, certain the wall has broken, and certain after AMD, that no stop is how you win. But the very next day, price snaps right back and closes back inside the range at 130. That is the tell, and the breakout failed to close back inside means it was a fake, and Maya's rule saves her. Her rule is simple: no retest, hold, no trade. The breakout never confirmed, price closed straight back inside, so she stays out and risks nothing. That is the best trade not taken. Reece chases the first bounce off the lows, the same greed that traps everyone. But Reece keeps a tight stop, so when it fails the fake costs him only a couple $100 instead of everything. Then the floor gives way for good. With the trap sprung, Walmart sells off, and with no stop, Cole rides every single dollar down to 113, and his whole account is gone. One trade. The same no-stop habit that looked like genius on AMD just wiped him out. So burn this in. A breakout is not the close above, it is the retest that holds. Take the small losses, skip the traps, and let the winners run. That is the whole edge. Here is the whole month on one screen. The same 4 setups taken by all 3. And here is the twist: Cole was winning. He chased every breakout candle with no stop, and it worked. 2 clean wins, and even when Texas, the steady leader, shook Maya out, Cole's no-stop ride recovered and ran to a big gain. Right before the last chart, Cole was the leader at $13,700, and Maya was behind after taking a small loss. Reece chased every run late, kept a tiny reward against his risk, and basically tread water. Then came the trap. The fourth chart broke out and snapped right back inside the range. Maya's rule kept her out, so she risked nothing, but Cole chased it with no stop, the way he always does, and this time there was no recovery. One trade erased everything. He ends at $2,000, all but wiped out. Maya finishes on top at $12,500, up 25%. Not because she won the most, Cole was ahead, but because her tight stops kept her losses small and her one rule kept her out of the trap. The chart did not decide who won. Discipline did. So here is your entire breakout playbook on one screen. 1. Mark the ceiling, a clear lid the stock has tested 2 or more times or you do not touch it. 2. Wait for a close above that lid, a real close, never a wick. 3. Buy the retest, let price come back down and hold right at the old ceiling as it flips to support. That hold is your entry, not the breakout candle. That one rule would have saved Cole's account on the trap. 4. Stop just under the level and target the measured move. And when a retest fails, take the small loss and move on. Mark the ceiling, wait for the close above, buy the retest, stop under and target the move. Small losses, big winners, skip the traps. That is every breakout on every stock forever. The breakout candle is not the entry, the retest that holds is. That is breakouts and retests, not chasing the candle, but one routine you run on every breakout. Mark the ceiling, wait for the close above, buy the retest, stop under and target the move. Take the small losses, skip the traps, and let your winners run. Do that and you trade like Maya, not Cole. If this helped, subscribe, a new skill from scratch every week, and drop a comment with the stock you want me to break down next. See you in the next one.